What you prepare for is what you position yourself to receive.
Educate, empower, enable, impact. Thank you for tuning in to That Will Never Work, an award-winning podcast where we share inspiring information and personal experiences related to business and the entrepreneurial journey from those who are leaders in their respective field. Now, here's your host, author and business coach, Maurice.
What's going on, everyone? So this particular episode is going to be a very interesting one because there are some things that sometimes you're not ready for, and you're not sure how to get there. I've spoken to you in the past about people challenging me about my business model and things like that. And sometimes you're not ready for those type of conversations. But one thing that I had learned, and especially when one person recently had challenged me, I didn't realize how prepared I really was because of the processes that they had asked me to do and go and review my organization and what I'm doing and all these type of things. And so they asked me to utilize AI to review what I'm doing. And then there are some things that I started to understand that I was already in a position to grow. I was already in a position to touch more people. I was in a position that internally I could really believe and have faith and understanding of where I am going from a personal perspective. And so one of the things that I had to learn during this process that I didn't do before, which was start to document the type of work I was doing and what I was accomplishing. So in that process, are you creating your portfolio? In that process, are you gathering your testimonials? And for some of you that are out there, do you really have your prototypes ready? So that way you can show receipts, basically, right? We talked about that on the show before about showing your receipts, that you can show your receipts for your effort and or your expertise. So that now when you're networking with people with true intention. That you're not just meeting them just to meet them, but now you can also share what you have done, what you have achieved, what you have accomplished, and how that whatever you're doing not just benefits you, the community that you serve, but it can also benefit them as well. And so during that, again, this project, this pitch that you're working on, maybe even your podcast, you're really letting other people know why you're doing this. And now are they ready to buy into it? Because keeping in mind that you just don't stumble into success, that you really have to align with it. And so in that alignment, are you ready? Are everything that you're doing, are you aligned with what your mission is, what your vision is? Sometimes we're not because we get caught up in what the person next to us is doing. I didn't know that. I did it myself. I realized that I was caught up and I should be here and I should be there and I deserved it, but I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared for it. I couldn't explain to someone that That's Will Never Work podcast is helping entrepreneurs or people that are considering to be entrepreneurs overcome their doubts and their fears that they can do it just like the next person. See, those type of things I didn't always have in my back pocket ready to say. I didn't always understand what my real mission or vision was. I didn't always understand that I had to, or I thought in my mind, I had to oversell the situation. So when you are ready to get yourself out there, it will not be as hard as you might think. And so as I'm sitting back and I say this to my wife often where, yes, the TV might be on, but I ain't paying it no attention. I am mentally going through what I need to do and what I need to say and how I need to present in any situation. I talk to people all the time on this podcast that are in places that I would like to be. So the idea is that the type of preparation you commit to silently will let the whole world know how ready you really are. So when I come to you on this podcast, you get to hear the progression. So if you start from my very first episode to now, I'm pretty sure that you can hear a difference in my voice. I'm pretty sure you can hear the difference in my content and my readiness to give you valuable information. That's not just, hey, here's information and do what you will with it. Know that, when you start documenting your work, i.e. your portfolio, your testimonials, your prototypes, or whatever it is, that these are examples of your efforts and your expertise. Like now you have something to present. Those type of things I wasn't always giving within this particular show. Yes, I would give content, great content, right? But can I give you steps to get to that point? And that understanding that this type of information now is really preparing you to now present your project, is now ready for you to pitch to a potential sponsor. And now you understand the reason why you're doing it and how it affects the community, like I said, along with that individual that you're talking to. And so, and now, as you're looking at this, I would like for you to leave with the idea of people, partnerships, and platforms. Whatever you're looking at, whoever you're talking to, will begin to find you because you've become the answer that they were looking for. Sometimes we don't feel like we have that built within us. Sometimes we don't feel like that we're ready for that position. It sounds like a lot, right? But if you're prepared for it, it isn't. You can let it roll off your tongue. My wife says to me, I got a lot of words, right? But you don't have to use a lot of words if you understand your product. You don't have to use a lot of words if you understood your positioning and who you really are. Understand you got 2 ears for a reason, right? So as you are out there and you're talking to individuals, as you're trying to quote unquote sell them, understand you don't need to sell. You don't have to pitch all the time. Just be confident in who you are. Preparation will put you in that position. So are you ready? Are you ready to do this? I know you are. Let's get it done. I'll talk to you a little bit later.
Thanks for listening. Follow Maurice Chisholm on social media to stay connected and check back weekly for new episodes. Until next time, that will never work. Or will it?